Welcome back to Yes to Tesla. Today we're going to be talking about how much I've spent over the last 7,000 miles of driving. I'm talking about charge stats because I haven't had to repair anything besides the windshield, and that was included with my $12 a month expense that I pay for with the windshield protection that Tesla offers. So right now we have totaled charged. It has been, because I've only had it for 30 days, technically, 2,300 kilowatt hours, 2,378 kilowatt hours, and a total of $844 in supercharging. Now, I don't have the expenses because I don't pay the electricity. I make my wife pay the electricity since I pay everything else. But most likely we'll just round it up to $950 because I do 75% supercharging and 25% charging at home. So that means all of my charging is done at the supercharger, not at home, okay? So for me, I live at the supercharger, and for the most part, it's 0.42 to 0.45 per kilowatt hour at pretty much every supercharger I've ever been to, except for when I went to LA. LA had 0.52 at the Tesla diner. Now, just like your normal electricity prices at your house, there are on-peak hours as well as off-peak hours. So that means that price can come down. So if I go to the supercharger at, let's say, 10 o'clock at night, it'll be at 0.25. So you're spending 25 cents per kilowatt hour versus 45 cents per kilowatt hour at normal prime time days, which is any time during the day. Any time that's not 10 o'clock at night, or I think it's 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning, something like that. I think it actually might even be 5 in the morning. So basically, you're able to charge for a lot cheaper. So when you get there, a lot of the times you might be waiting because a lot of people show up right on the dot of it being cheaper because of that right there. So most people do go there during that time. But people like me don't got time to wait until the end to do that. They end up paying the price, and that's why it's up so high. And according to Tesla, saying that I've saved $74 in gas equivalent. Now that's obviously a national average. We're not talking about what kind of car that I was driving before. So if we're talking about the Mitsubishi Mirage that I had before this, no. Mitsubishi Mirage is actually a little bit cheaper, but this is obviously much nicer, much faster, much more elegant of a car. Definitely not the cheapest car in America is this, but that right there is the cheapest, most expensive car you'll ever have. It's a Mitsubishi Mirage. To replace that windshield for whatever reason, it's $1,000. To replace the tires for whatever reason, it's $1,100. Now you can find it cheaper, but it's always sold out. So technically when you need it, it'll most likely be $1,100 for that Mitsubishi Mirage. So yeah, sure, the gas I'll spend at the max $25, and that's when gas is almost at $4 per gallon. I'll be spending $25 to go from literally zero all the way up to full tank. And it'll last me literally all day. I'm talking about from early in the morning till like 7 a.m. all the way till almost 10 at night. It'll last me the entire day. Does this last me the entire day? Of course not. This definitely does not last me the entire day. It lasts me probably about 60% of the day. Then I hit the supercharger. When I put it in the supercharger, I swear, the supercharger fills you up fast and also drains fast. I swear, it feels like it drains so much quicker. Like today, I literally drove an hour away. I drove from my house all the way to Santan Valley, which is about 50-60 miles. And I was at 330 miles of range. And when I took off, I ran the whole entire route of Amazon, and I now have 194 miles left. And in charging terms, that was 91%, all the way down to 56% is where we're currently at. Now, if I did that same route, I would still be like at 70-80% gas if I use my Mitsubishi Mirage. So the Mitsubishi Mirage is cheaper to run on this right here, 100%. Okay, so I didn't realize that the charge stats on the app does say 17 cents for home, but I haven't connected my SRP, so that's actually incorrect because it's actually 0.22 for my actual place. Like I said, I haven't did the calculations on how it is, but yeah, whatever. So let's just take the amount of hours that it would have been if I just did all home charging at 0.22, which is what it normally is on off-peak hours, because that's what I would do it. It would actually, you know what's so funny is the stats would not be the exact same, because that I would need to charge almost every single hour of the day to get this number, but it would be $523 if that was even possible, which it absolutely is not even close to possible for me to do, because I would be charging literally all day, because it'll take me to get from 20% to 80%. It'll take almost 8 hours. There's only 24 hours in a day. That's only 3 8-hour sessions. There's just no way for me to charge, even if I left it on the charger 24 hours a day, to even hit the 2,378 kilowatt hours based on those type of stats. So it's still worth it 100% for me, because I'm not comparing this car to a Mitsubishi Mirage. I would have definitely just continued with the Mitsubishi Mirage. It was just getting too pricey, too quickly, too much, too everything for the Mitsubishi Mirage. And the fact that you couldn't really fit a bunch of stuff in there. And the fact that it wouldn't accelerate when I needed to accelerate. And I felt like I was almost having to floor it to get up. And then whenever you get up to speed, it's fast. But whenever you're trying to get somewhere from 0 to 60, just took so long. It sucked. So, do I feel like this is still worth it based on those numbers, based on me having a 30 days and almost at $1,000 per month? Almost $1,000 per month just in charging. If you think about it, that's exactly what this is stating, is that I'm spending $844 in cost just to run this car. That's literally almost $200 more than I would have spent doing the Mitsubishi Mirage. But the quality of life is so much better. And I couldn't have made a YouTube channel. No one wants to watch a Mitsubishi Mirage YouTube channel. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. I don't think there's much out there, though. I don't think there is, because it just is what it is, you know? So when I'm looking at this and I think about how much this would be for a whole entire year, I think, like, you know what? Like, this is worth it for what I'm doing, which is running up high miles and running a social experience live with my audience, with my family, with my people on the other side of this screen on a Yes to Tesla channel. It makes it that much more worth it. And that's why I call this more of an investment, because I'm using it as a social experiment that I have to pay for right now. Just like any other business, you have to pay before you play. And this is me paying before I play. I feel like this is something that anybody else can accomplish as well, and will gain something from this experience just by watching me go through it, to say, hey, I would never do that, or hey, I can't wait to do that, or hey, this is at least what I expect to expect. Because if something happens, it's happening with you real time. Something happens with this car, the battery doesn't last, whatever, it all goes onto my channel. I'm not biased at all. I'm going to give you the raw, the real. At the end of the day, I'm a real person. I like to bust jokes, I like to have fun, and I also like to show people on the other side of the screen that it's absolutely possible to be a normal, everyday Joe and own a Tesla and be able to share your experience with the world. So, this is really my first journey that I've ever taken when it comes down to bringing my real life to life on camera. And I really wanted to share this experience with somebody, because I know that there's another person out there that this may reach and this may help. And I appreciate you. Also, if you're in the market to buying a brand new Tesla or a used Tesla, please use our link down below. It really helps out the channel, but it also helps you out as well. I appreciate you, and have a good day.